Welcome to Elena and Cory on Talk of the Town, SGTV's exclusive sit-down talk show, featuring Elena Barilla, and Cory Michael Peeler. Here are your hosts.
Welcome to the first episode of Elena and Cory on Talk of the Town. I'm Elena Barilla.
And I'm Cory Michael Peeler.
And this is super exciting. We have so much planned for you today. Cory, what do we have?
Later in our show, we have our first guest speaker here with us, and we have an inspirational story of the week for you guys.
Right. But first, we're going to start off with some fun pop culture events that have been in the news this past week. So first we have former Bachelorette Kaitlyn Bristowe will make her debut on Broadway this November. That's odd. She's moving to New York City with fiance Sean Booth, whom she met on The Bachelorette back in 2015.
Before her Bachelorette days, she was a dance instructor, and since becoming engaged, she now spends her time podcasting, which is pretty interesting, actually.
Right.
So.
She actually says that she grew up with a dancing and singing dream. She's always wanted to be on Broadway. She'll be on Home for the Holidays this November as the host, which is pretty interesting. But she said that she's also going to be helping out with some vocals too, I think.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I know it said she'll contribute with stars from like a lot of the reality singing competitions, like The Voice, American Idol, America's Got Talent, like you name it.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
It is really interesting.
We're gonna have to go see that because I wonder, you know, she was never labeled as like the singer when she was on The Bachelorette, even as like a contestant on The Bachelor for Chris Soules' season. Like I remember that under her bio it said dance instructor or whatever, but it never said that she was a singer also. So
this seems completely unexpected. Like it's out of her element, so it'll be like really cool to see like how she does.
So I'm an hour outside of New York City. Cory's gonna have to
make a visit.
Come up and visit me and we'll go see Home for the Holidays. All right, and the next thing we have, Stranger Things.
I know Stranger Things, it remains one of Netflix's most watched TV series, no surprises there. This Friday, the second season of the show will debut on October 27th. It's been 15 months since season 1 of the show premiered. It was back in June of 2016. So the second series has been long awaited and the fans are ready. We're ready.
So the creepy sci-fi horror series is just in time for Halloween on Tuesday. Cory, are you a fan? Like, I don't know.
I'm a fan. I like appreciate a lot of like the film elements to it. I like love the soundtrack. I love the acting, the actors,
so
the kids are great. The setting of it, I just like love the era it's set in. So I just appreciate that aspect of it. I will admit it's pretty creepy though.
For me, when I sit down and I watch TV, I want to watch something that's heartwarming. I want to watch something that's going to make me laugh. It's going to make me cry. I don't want to sit there and get freaked out by, I don't even know what, government conspiracies. Like, I don't want to watch that. I don't know.
No.
Also, like, Stranger Things takes place, it's based off true events that happened in Montauk on Long Island, which is like an hour away from my house.
So the producers of the show originally wanted to film in New York. They wanted to film in Montauk, but I guess due to disputes, they had to move production. They filmed the series in Atlanta, Georgia, but the show is set in Hawkins, Indiana.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
If that makes you feel any better.
I watched one episode over fall break this past weekend. I was like, let me just give it a shot because it's coming out on Friday, the second season. And I watched one episode and I was like, this is too much for me. I was like, I don't know. I'll stick to my This Is Us on Tuesday nights on NBC. Yeah. Also this week, John Stamos announced his engagement via Instagram to actress Caitlin McHugh. John Stamos and his girlfriend, or now fiance, have been together for 2 years, and he proposed at his favorite theme park, Disneyland.
That's really exciting. That's honestly like goals, so.
I guess it is goals. Yeah, I'd like to get engaged one day in Disneyland. Like, it's the best, happiest place on earth.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, John Stamos is best known for his role as Uncle Jesse on Full House with a loving TV family, and he mentioned in his post that he is excited to start a family of his own.
Wow, that's interesting, and pretty ironic that he's been like a fake father figure his whole life, but now he gets to do like the real deal. It's interesting because there's an episode of Full House where they go to Disneyland or Disney World, I can't remember which one, on a family vacation, and it's actually Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky's 2-year anniversary. So I think that it's personally really weird that he proposed in Disney World when he was supposed to be with Aunt Becky in Disney World.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like a weird coincidence. And
It is
I'm
a weird
still
coincidence.
pulling through for Lori Loughlin. I still hope that, I mean, I know he's happy with his new fiance, but I feel like Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky just have to be together.
I don't know. We'll see how it works out. So.
Yeah. All right, speaking of people who have to be together.
I know, Joe Jonas was recently engaged to the Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner, who plays Sansa Stark. The two shared the news on Instagram. Joe Jonas posted a photo captioned, "She said yes," and Turner posted a photo captioned, "I said yes." So,
Wow, that's goals. That's pretty cute.
That is really sweet.
Personally, I always wanted Joe Jonas to end up with Demi Lovato because of like Camp Rock, so wouldn't that be interesting? But I don't know about you, but when I heard that a Jonas brother was engaged, I was like, please don't be Nick Jonas. Please don't be Nick. I love Nick so much.
Do you remember way back when Joe Jonas and Taylor Swift dated?
Yes.
Like, it was like way back in the day.
But aren't Sophie Turner and Taylor Swift friends? Like, aren't they in like the same squad? I don't really know. I heard that from someone, and I just thought that was
Honestly,
weird.
It wouldn't surprise me, but you know that happened so long ago between those two. So I'm sure there's like, I don't know, nothing bad left between them. But it's Taylor Swift, so who knows?
Right.
So.
Well, we have a pretty fun segment planned, actually.
Yeah, we actually have Mills Hayes interviewing former Jonas Brothers fangirls. So let's see how much they can remember about the Jonas Brothers.
Thanks, Elena and Cory. I'm Mills Hayes, and I'm here with self-proclaimed Jonas Brothers fanatics. So we're about to find out if these girls actually know the Jonas Brothers as well as they say they do. First question. Which brother was discovered at age 6 in a barbershop? Who do we have? We got Nick. Let's see if they are correct. Why, yes. Yes, they are. Nick Jonas it is. In 2007, which brother fell onto a broken glass while performing SOS at the AMAs? We got a Joe Jonas. We got caterpillar eyebrows over here. Joe, known for being clumsy and having caterpillar eyebrows. Which brother was a very skilled pole vaulter on his high school track team?
Oh, I have a feeling it was this
him.
guy. We need to give Kevin some love. Kevin never gets any love.
Except from Danielle, the forgotten brother. Would we all agree on that? Oh, we got a Kevin! Yes, Kevin, the pole vaulter. Who is the tallest Jonas brother?
Ooh, let me guess him. I really don't know.
Okay, we got a Joe and a Kevin. Yikes, I don't think that one was right, girly.
No.
Joe, 5'10". Wow, 5'10" doesn't even make 6 foot. Yikes, he still has a girlfriend. Who has the least, yikes, we probably know this one, followers on Instagram?
This poor guy.
Which brother appeared on Broadway as Chip in Beauty and the Beast? Oh, no, Nick, put that down. Bye, Kevin, no more for you. None for you, Kevin Coco. Who performed on Grease Live in 2016?
Oh, I'm gonna guess.
We got a Joe, and Joe, who broke up with a fellow celebrity over a 27-second phone call.
I already know this.
Which brother plays the tambourine?
Oh my gosh.
Anybody can play the tambourine.
I'm just gonna guess.
I know, right? You just shake it.
I'm gonna guess.
Nick, Joe, and the winner is Daniela with Joe Jonas. Last question. Which brother had a spin-off show on E?
I don't know.
Married to Jonas.
Wow.
Which is misleading because you would think they'd be married to someone else besides Kevin.
That would suck. I would not even be on that show if I was his wife.
Congratulations.
Oh
There was
my
no prize for
God.
winning. Thank you guys so much for participating, and thank you, Elena and Cory.
Thanks, Mills. That looked like a lot of fun. I feel like we all still have a little bit of Jonas Brothers fandom inside of us, definitely since 2007, 2008. We have a pretty cool guest with us today.
Yeah, we have Ellie Marley with us. She is the Executive Commissioner for Homecoming here at USC. So Ellie, if you could start off by briefly introducing yourself and just explaining what your position's responsibilities are.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year I serve as the Executive Commissioner for USC's Homecoming, and what that means is I get the very unique opportunity to basically guide our event directors in planning our week of events, and then I also get to help manage our marketing communications team. So I get to do a little bit of everything, and on a week like Homecoming week, I get to see the magic happen.
Ooh, that's a lot of fun.
That does sound really fun.
There must be a lot of school spirit happening on campus this week. Like, everybody's proud to be a Gamecock this week, of course.
Absolutely.
Right. So can you do like a rundown of everything that's happening this weekend, maybe things that you've done already this week, because we're halfway through?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started our week with our kickoff event, Color Your Carolina. It was a fun banner painting competition. The teams really enjoyed it, and they pulled out all the stops. If you go around Columbia, you can see the banners hanging in local businesses. So definitely go check that out. Last night, we had our Spurs and Struts event. It was a huge hit. The teams were awesome. The dances were on point.
Right. I was sitting inside of Russell House last night in the TV office, and I could
Yeah.
hear it. I
Yep.
could hear everything that was happening from inside of Russell House. It sounded fun.
It was so much fun. And then tonight we have Coachella. It's our music talent show, and we have some great talent this year. I was sitting in auditions. I was blown away. And then tomorrow we have Cocky's Can Creations, which we collect cans and then the teams decorate them.
Are the cans going towards like a local food drive
Yeah,
or something
so
like that?
we're splitting the cans between Harvest Hope Pantry and then also the Gamecock Pantry. So they're going to help out local Columbians and then also USC students,
Wow,
which is
that's
awesome.
So nice.
Yeah, and
What are you building with the cans
so
specifically? How
the
does this work?
teams get to basically wrap their cans in like construction paper, and then they build structures. So we've seen teams build Cocky. We've seen teams build Williams-Brice. We've seen them build the Maxey Monument. Like, they will build anything and everything, and they're incredible. I don't understand how they do it, but it turns out
What
great.
kind of students does that attract? Like
So-
architecture students? Like, who's
Engineering
doing this?
students.
Is it a hobby, building cans? I don't even know.
I bet it's like fiercely competitive, like
Oh
trying
my
to see who can build the better.
So kind of the way Homecoming works on the competition side of things, every year there are teams that sign up to compete for the Homecoming Cup. So it's the teams that are competing that will be building the structures. If students want to come out and help out, they're more than welcome to. If they want to just come watch the craziness, they're more than
Yeah.
welcome to as well. But yeah, it's a really fun event.
I don't think people want me on their team.
Same.
I feel like I'll just ruin
yep.
everything.
Nope.
It'll just topple down. Everything's going to be horrible.
And then we get a wrap up tomorrow with the 23rd annual NPHC Steps Show at Colonial Life Arena at 7.
Yeah, what's the difference between the step show and the Spurs and Struts? They're both
Yeah.
dance competitions.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
So Spurs and Struts is more of just like a dance competition. If you like to dance, come out, show your talent. Step Show has a historical background. It's usually it is done by the Divine Nine, fraternities and sororities, and they get to step and stroll based on what their fraternity or sorority does, and it's really cool. If you can come out and see it, definitely do. It's free for USC students with their Carolina card, and it's so much fun. I went my freshman year, and I've been dying to go ever since.
I need to go. I still haven't gone to Spurs and Struts. I think part of it is that I don't know what good dancing looks like. I feel like when I watch Dancing with the Stars and like the judges are doing like their scores, I'm like, it looked fine to me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like dancing is just dancing to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Who won Spurs and Struts this week?
So last night, Spurs and Struts was won by Kappa Delta and Kappa Sigma.
Oh wow, that's
Yep.
great. So even though homecoming is like wrapping up, what can like students do this weekend, like on Friday and Saturday?
So Friday is going to be a huge day for us. We have our homecoming parade at 3 p.m. It starts on Green Street and will end down by Colonial Life Arena. So definitely come out. Our watch parties are on our website and all of our social media if you want to, join the other students watching. And then
What can we expect at the parade? Like homecoming royalty?
So this year we have our women's basketball team serving as our grand marshals.
Of course.
So they will be riding through the parade, starting us off. We also have cocky riding in a fire truck. So you don't want to miss that one.
That's pretty
and
legit.
then, yeah, right? I'm excited. And then all of our teams that are competing are building floats. So those will be judged by our judges, and there's a float competition as part of that. Yeah, it's going to be a fun event. And then tomorrow night, we get to wrap up with Cockstock. So this year, Cockstock has expanded even past what it was last year. We have our homecoming pre-show with athletics, and the women's and men's basketball teams will be featured. It's going to be a lot of fun. That starts at 8:30. And then following that pre-show, we will be announcing the winners of the Homecoming Cup. So definitely come out and see that. We will have our new homecoming winners.
Last year, I remember Cockstock was on Strom Field.
Right.
So are you expecting a lot bigger crowd this year because it's in Colonial Life Arena this year?
Right. So last year, it was great on Strom Field, but the capacity of the fields themselves just couldn't hold the number of students that wanted to show up. So
Did you have to turn people away?
yeah, unfortunately, we had to turn people away. There was really long lines. It was a new event. It was the first year we'd done it, so we were learning. And we took all of the feedback we got last year and all the experience we got last year and decided to move it into Colonial Life Arena. So what it's going to look like is we have 8,000 student seats available and then 2,000 general admission tickets. Of those 8,000 students, 1,500 will get wristbands to be on the floor. So you'll be right up to the stage.
I always
wondering,
wondered.
how you get those wristbands.
So we are releasing 250 Thursday night at the info desk. Keep an eye on all of our social media for the time that those will be there. And then the rest of them will be given out at the event. So it's going to be first come, first serve. Wristbands will be handed out at the College Street entrance. So where you walk into Colonial Life as a student for a basketball game, that's where you're going to want to go.
Okay, we gotta get
pretty
there
bad.
early then so we can get floor seats. Yeah.
And once again, students probably already know who the main guest is, but I'm sure you would like to go more into depth about that. So.
Absolutely. This year we are really excited to be bringing 21 Savage to campus. Back in the spring, a poll was put out by student government because this is an event that is collaborated by Homecoming, Carolina Productions, and student government. And 21 Savage was actually our lead in the polls.
I remember the poll too.
That's just so cool that students get an input on who comes.
Absolutely.
So how does that work with this, getting a selection of a lineup of potential people coming here and performing?
So the way it was run this year, we kind of looked at who was popular in the charts, who we listened to as students, who our friends listened to as students, and we put top 3 names out there. Obviously, there's a little bit more that goes into that with checking with administration and making sure they represent our campus and what our campus values are. So we put out the poll, and luckily it worked out, so we get to bring our #1 poll.
Wow.
That's exciting.
That is really exciting.
Yeah.
And Saturday is the weekend, right?
Right. So Saturday.
That's a big deal.
That
Weekend
is a
is a big
big
deal.
deal.
It is. So Saturday's going to be awesome. It's going to be a full day of events. So Homecoming actually partnered this year with SAPE to run their tailgate on Saturday before the game. So that's going to start at 1 p.m. on Green Street, right where the shuttles pick up, so it's not out of your way. And then we have our game against Vanderbilt at 4, hoping for a Gamecock win.
Yes. I think we beat them last year. So
Yeah,
we did.
we totally
have a
did.
pretty good chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And then Saturday night is the weekend, and I would definitely encourage students to keep an eye on all of the Homecoming social media because we were given pairs of tickets to give out for free to USC students for the weekend concert. So keep an eye out, participate in all of our social media contests, and you could win a pair of free tickets.
Sounds good to me.
That does
I'm gonna
sound
keep
good.
an eye out. All right.
So what's one the most rewarding part of your experience organizing this event
Yeah.
this year?
So I had never been involved with homecoming before. All of my leadership experience was outside of the homecoming realm, so I really had no idea what to expect. And now that we are in the middle of our week of events, I think the most rewarding thing for me is getting to see my event directors put on events that they're proud of and that students are attending and loving, and then getting to see my marketing and communications team feel that reward also because they were able to get students to come to events and get them engaged. So really just seeing my team feel so rewarded and so successful, that has been the best of this entire year.
Wow.
All right.
What's one way if students want to be involved in the organization of homecoming, what could they do?
So we are actually starting our recruitment process now. Our applications will open on the 30th of October, so
Wow, it's
next
early.
Monday.
That
Like,
is early.
the week after homecoming, it starts
Oh, yeah.
all over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our application will be on Garnet Gate, and there will be an application for our executive board, which is my position, and then our 2 vice commissioner positions. And then we have also applications for our leadership team. So if you want to be an event director and plan an event, you can apply there. If you want to do marketing, you can apply there as well.
So that's exciting. It's like wrapping up for you this week that it's
Yeah.
done. And your birthday's
Yeah.
this weekend.
It is this Saturday.
So it's like the icing on the cake.
Absolutely.
All done for you.
Yep.
No more stress.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna sleep. That's my first priority.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Binge watch Netflix,
Oh,
whatever.
gosh.
Get it all done before finals.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Yeah.
Our first show, so you should be honored that.
You're our first guest ever.
Thank you so much for having me on.
All right.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've seen in the news recently that Northern California has been plagued by wildfires. The destruction of homes, businesses, and communities has been completely devastating. You may not consider important family members getting left behind, people's pets.
Right. Actually, a popular video on Twitter recently shows the Weaver family returning to their home in Santa Rosa. Their family dog Izzy had run away when the family was fleeing their home during the wildfires. The video shows the family returning to their property to find their Bernese Mountain Dog running towards them and wagging her tail, and the family is overjoyed that they're reunited with their dog. Yeah, I almost shed a tear watching that video.
Many shelters local to Northern California have been working extremely hard to reunite pets with their families, and they've been successful because of the microchips implanted in these animals. So when they get an intake of the animals, they're able to scan them, and it just automatically brings up who their owner is and their contact information. So that's such like an innovative piece of technology.
Right, that's really great.
It is really great.
You don't really think about that when there's a natural disaster or something, like what's going to happen to your pets. And I remember when there was like the wave of hurricanes happening last month with Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma, and people were saying, like, you know, make sure you take your pets along. Don't just leave them in the house because you don't know. You don't know what can happen. So yeah, I'm really glad that family was reunited with their dog, Izzy, though. It's all about the dogs.
It is all about the dogs.
Yeah. All right. So for Elena and Cory on Talk of the Town, this has been Elena and Cory. And thank you for tuning in for our very first episode.
Yes, thank you so much. But be sure to follow us on social media at SGTV at USC.
Right. For Talk of the Town, we're Cory and Elena.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.